Hi there, it's been a while, hasn't it? Well, I'm back in an airport, this time not going to Spain, going to somewhere a little bit further afield, heading off to Florida. Today, this is actually Dublin Airport, so I flew over from Heathrow this morning. If you fly via Dublin direct to the States, then you can do pre-clearance here, which prevents you waiting in a line when you land in the States for an hour or 90 minutes, which can be quite painful. It's a long haul flight from here, well, only the same as it is from London really, so I think it's 8-9 hours from Dublin into Orlando. We've got a few days planned at the parks and then heading over to the Gulf Coast, so come along and let's go for the ride. Apologies in advance for the sound quality, but I'm travelling and needs must. Dublin Airport's fine. You can get a pint, you can get something to eat. It worked perfectly. It was a couple of hour layover from the Heathrow leg until we got on the Orlando flight. Aer Lingus were fine. I think it was an A330. Lots of kids. There was a lot of kids on the flight. Obviously, families during lockdown must have been waiting for this. It was good. And then we got there over to the other end. Hi there, so we made it to Orlando just fine. The flight with Aer Lingus was perfect. What you get from that pre-clearance is the ability to come off the plane, you pick up your bags, get your hire car, and you can be in your hotel at Orlando or Kissimmee within an hour. It's doable. So I don't really do Disney. It's not really my thing. So I do Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure when I come to Orlando, and I've been coming to Orlando for probably 20 years. I know that for some people it's their idea of hell, but it works for me. If you've got kids, then it's and the weather's nice, that kind of thing. The US is expensive. If you're in Europe, coming to the US, it is 30% more expensive than certainly than UK prices. So that's been a revelation for me. Anyway, let me jump back in. If you come and do the parks, you can either stay off the property or on the property. And when you're on the property, there's a selection of hotels. The three that I've done is the Royal Pacific, which is this one that we're staying in this time. Then there's the Hard Rock, which is good for couples. It's quite trendy. The rooms are a bit small. The best one, but the most expensive one, is the Portofino. It's got big rooms, it's got a selection of pools, it's quite grown up. This is the Royal Pacific, it's good for families. Now, what you get from staying on the property is access, and the access is in two ways. One, it's physically close to the parks, okay? So I can see the roller coaster that is 400, 500 meters away here. The way that you get there from here is you can walk, or there's a boat that goes through a man-made kind of creek lagoon kind of thing set up. So that's physical access. The other thing is access to the parks. So if you stay in the hotels, one of the perks that you get is you get an express pass, which means that you can kind of skip the lines, and also you can get into the park at 7 a.m. in the morning. General admission is 8 a.m. That hour means that you can go and do the new rides, and this year it's a Velociraptor themed ride, and also there's a Hagrid's ride too. So but staying on the parks is eye-wateringly expensive. It's all super expensive, okay? So this is right, I'm not proud of this, okay? This is $700 a night. So for me, this is a big deal, okay? So I saved up for this through lockdown, and I'm not going to do this again. And we did it for 3 nights, basically, so that my son and my nephew can do the parks, that kind of thing. It's probably going to be one of the last holidays that they ever do with me. So that's the reason for staying on the parks. So Royal Pacific, good for families. Hard Rock is cool, if you're a couple, and if you have got bags of cash, go and do the Portofino, which has particularly good swimming pools. So it is the middle of April now. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Temperature here is probably 25, 26, lots of humidity, and I really like the humidity. we've done 2 days in the park. We'll finish off today. One of the things is that, you know, we check out today at 11, but you still get your access and you still get your fast pass through to the end of the day. But we're heading off over to Indian Rocks Beach, which is on the Gulf Coast. So if you look at a map of the US and you see the Gulf of Mexico, Indian Rocks Beach is on the western side of the Florida Peninsula. With that, catch up soon. Bye. These are the little boats that take you from the park entrance back to your hotel if you're staying on the park. So for the Hard Rock and the Portofino and the Royal Pacific, it's just nice. Obviously, you can walk up. It's an 8-minute walk. The boat takes longer, I think, but it just makes it more of an event when you get there. So behind me is the entrance to Universal Studios. That's one of the 2 parks that are here at the Universal Islands of Adventure complex. Universal was the first one. It's pretty old, probably 30 years old now, might be even older than that. Over at the other end of the lagoon is Islands of Adventure. In Islands of Adventure, there's more roller coasters type attractions. Universal Studio is more immersive theatre and experiences. Universal Studios, as the name suggests, has got a Hollywood vibe to it when you walk in. It's mainly attractions and immersive theatre events. There's 1 or 2 rides. I really like it. It's a old world. So this is inside Universal Studios. You've got the kind of lake lagoon in the middle. Sometimes they do special effects and stunts attractions there. And there's the Transformers ride. This old San Francisco set used to be where the Jaws ride was. Actually, the Jaws ride was a little bit further up. Used to be where the old Earthquake ride was. Over on behind us is where the E.T. ride is and Men in Black. I bet you they're going to switch out the Men in Black ride pretty soon. Okay, let's go for a wander. When I first went to Universal Studios, they had a Jaws ride and I adored that ride. They still have one of the mementos there. You can scoot over into the Islands of Adventure side and they have these cast meet and greet things there. And I was just walking along and saw these 2, Storm and Rogue characters, and that was quite a funny interaction there. They were asking where I got my wig from more than anything. Now, if you know your X-Men lore, Rogue, you can look, but you definitely can't touch. So just remember that, dads, if you're out there and you happen to see Rogue. Take care, everyone.